I've got just what you need. I'm actually going to span something in. So I've shown you this before. So I'm actually going to do in the essence of time. I'm going to go ahead and pop this down. I'm just going to pop the block in. Feel free to pause the video and do this. But I'm basically doing the span trick that we did earlier. I've got just what you need. Let's talk. Right? So the H4 here, I'm going to go ahead and say text should be 4XL. And then I'm going to say font should be semi-bold. And I'm going to go ahead and say text should be on the center. Okay, really nice. Good stuff, good stuff. For the div here, I'm going to go ahead and say the flex. It should be a flex column. Flex column. And then it should say space Y of 10. There we go.
Hello?
And that's because we're going to have more children.
Oh, hello there.
So next thing up, I've got the div. And inside of this div, I'm going to have different icons. Now I'm going to be using hero icons today. So we are going to be installing hero icons and using them as needed. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and install hero icons into our app. So first things first, heroicons.com. There is a new version of hero icons. We're going to go ahead to the documentation and how to install it, but it's amazing and it works perfectly with Tail and CSS. So what I want you to do is go ahead, copy this. I'm doing yarn, so I'm going to go ahead and do the following. Command J, pull it up, yarn, add hero icons again. And I'm going to have a quick water break like you should if you're watching me right now. Amazing pace. We're pretty on time for this. Make sure you smash that like button. 1.2k likes is inbound.
Help me.
Right, let's do this.
Help me.
Okay. So we've got the div popping in right here. I completely lost what I was talking about. Whoa, I completely lost what I was talking about. Okay, so the H4 is the hero icons. That's it. So we installed hero icons.
Yeah,
I went super blank there. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and import a bunch of the icons from okay, now what I want to show you is if you ever need to search for them, you can go ahead and type in something like user, and then you can see here user, so forth. So what you can actually do there is use that as reference to how I found the icons in the first place, and then you import them like so. Okay, so in that case we've got the div, and then I'm going to go ahead and say that we've got the phone icon. So I'm going to show you firstly how we would do it for one. First phone icon. And the P tag here is going to be so far. I don't know what this should be wrapped in a div. I'm going to pull that into a div. This div is actually going to be flex. Items in the center. I'm going to hit save. I'm actually going to show you this so you can see what's going on here. So I'm going to go and put this on the side, left here, flex, item center. Space between the X components of the phone. So you should have a little bit of space. This P tag, we're going to go ahead and say the phone number. So plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Totally my number, as you can. Right? So there we go, we got a number there, and then I'm going to basically replicate this a few times, right? So we've got justify center is what I needed as well. Justify center, there we go. And then for this, I'm going to go ahead and customize this. So past it, I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple times color, right? I'm going to 7 animate it as well. So animate color. So you can see this nice little animation. Right? The same thing goes for this. I'm going to say text is going to be 2XL. Right? Now, essentially what I've done here is the same thing 3 times, but I've done it for different icons, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing for the address. Oops, I've got the address. Actually, when we finish things off, go to dev upon lane. Okay, so let's go to our contact page. Here we go, contact. Okay. And then let's go ahead and we can see that. Now I'm going to have the same thing. The final one, let's go ahead and except this one is going to be for the envelope icon. Right? Now for the envelope icon, I want to do something different. I want to actually, this one will eventually say like email. And the whole point of this is that you can click it and it will mail to your person's email. Right? So in this case, if you want to reach us out at properApp.team@gmail.com. Right? So that's what we're going to do, just for a placeholder right now. And what we are going to say is that for this kind of rule div, we should start Fabricio says, Sonny, you're the best. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it. I see you, Savvy Bro. I see. Alright, so in this case, we've got the div here. Okay, so underneath that, I'm going to have a form. Okay, so I'm going to have the form. Now, look at that. That form is excellent. It's a very clean top form to have down here. So I'm going to show you how to do it. So here, we're going to have a form. And this is where you're going to learn about React Hooks form if you haven't already used that in the past, right? So nearly 1.2k likes. absolutely smash it down. Don't worry, I'm actually going to replace it with a very beautiful one shortly. And that right now is actually because of an animation over here somewhere that hasn't clicked in. That's it, yeah. So I will show you how to fix that after. You just have to check on the parents. That's what we should have done somewhere. Okay, so at this point we're going to put a form and
Help me!
and then we're going to get rid of this.
Me!
We're going to have a div. First div is going to have 2 inputs. Input times 2. And then we're going to have another input, text area. We're going to have input. And we're going to have input. Now this, I don't care about any of this. That now. That now. Okay. The text area is actually a self-closed component, that's fine. The button will say submit, save, and there you go. And that looks awful, right? But we'll fix it up so it looks really nice. So first things first, on that form, we're going to make it flex. It's going to be a flex column. It's going to be space between the y components of 2. And it's going to be absolutely just what we need it as. And margin of water. Hit save, bam. Everything's
That's amazing.
Right there, right? Rajpreet saying, yo, what is up? We've got a Papa Fan member in the house. If anyone else wants to become Papa Fan member, you see how it pops out. And I can see you guys straight away. And then hit the join button. Welcome to the stream. Here I'm going to say, flex space x of 2. Right, bam. And there you go. Now it gives it a little bit of breathing room. Now here, what I want to do is I want to give it a placeholder, a name, and a contact input. It's going to be a custom utility class I want to give these things. So I'm going to go ahead and create a multi-cursor here. And I'm going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to say class name equals contact input. And what I'm going to do is go over to my globals. Now inside of globals, it's worth doing it here because we're going to have a repeating class. So I'm going to say contact input at apply, and as I hit save now, you'll see it being taken into effect. Outline none gets rid of this annoying blue border that's there. So now you can see there's no blue border. Then I'm going to say background should be a value of slate 400 10% plus. It's a very subtle background. Rounded the border, round the borders a bit. I'm going to say border should be on the bottom. Oops, what about here? Border should be on the bottom. My bad. Okay. And padding X, I'm going to give it a slight dark gray as well. So padding X, padding Y, and slightly bit of padding on the X and Y axis. Giving it a border color. Text should be gray 500 by default, and then a placeholder value should be gray 500. Transition everything. So I'm going to apply transition to all of the things here. So there we go. Sorry guys, 1 second. And I can type in here, it's gray. But what I want to do is, when you're focused, is I want to change the color of the text and the color of the border. Right? So let's go ahead and do that now. So focus changes the color of the text and border. So I've done 40% opacity. So now you can see, look, ooh, I do like, hello world,
Hello.
sunny,
Oh,
blah,
hello
blah,
there!
blah, blah, blah. But now you can see that I get this nice kind of animated effect as well, and it highlights the text. Nice, right? And when we hover over it, I also want to change the color as well. Right? I agree with you, Einstein. These rounded corners make everything look nice. Right? So that looks really clean so far. Like, as we highlight over it, you see how the underline changed, but the text didn't change. So I think we get a nice focus. Right? So there you go. Really, really nice. Sonny, can you fix the horizontal scroll bar? Not if you've got an animation, it pops out for a second. So that's why you want to overflow behind it. Right? So at this point, that's pretty cool. Okay. Let's go back to our button, and our button we're going to have the following style. So I'm just going to pop this in for the sake of time. So I'm going to go here, cast it. And here we've got background color, padding, rounded corners, text back, combo, and text large. Right? So very simple stuff there. Now the only thing we're missing here is placeholders. Placeholders, and then we need to connect it to the React form. So here I'm going to put in 2 placeholders. The first one being is going to be name, and the second one is going to be email. So name, this one is going to be email. Yeah, let me know if anyone's coding along right now, because the retention is nuts. You lot are actually crazy good today at coding along. So it's been incredible seeing this. Name, email, as you can see, it's popped in. We're also going to have a placeholder here for subject. So the subject line, and then we're also going to go ahead
Hello.
and message.
Oh, hello there!
Placeholder is a message. Okay. And the button here, I want it to be a type of submit because we're inside a form, so it's going to submit. Okay. So as you can see, look, and then I think I like about this is where you can go ahead and pull that apart and stuff like that. And animations are going to kick in because we will animate everything. Yeah? So really, really nice so far. Now, how the hell do I submit this form? So if I click it right now, default behavior is to refresh, right? That's happening because we're here. So I'm going to get rid of that. Okay. So how the hell do I do that? Right, so first things first is we need to just double check. Yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and actually set up a React hooks form. Right? Thank you. Done a good little spot there, Glenn Smith. Type should have been email. Yes, you're right. Type should have been email.
Help me.
So if you click type email, now that we're actually in email form, it would help you validate that form in the correct way. So there you go, default validation. Thank you. Right? So I will mention it more in 0 to Full Stack Girl, but I use Behance and Dribble to go ahead and get my inspiration.
Yeah.
Behance and Dribble, amazing websites for UI UX. Okay, so that's pretty good right now. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and set up a React hooks form. So React hooks form. And I'll show you. So heading over here, we can go ahead, and it's basically a really good, efficient library to use for when you're setting things up. So we're going to click on TypeScript, so the TypeScript download. We're going to install the dependency like so. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, pop this in Command J, and I'm going to go ahead to my bottom, add the form.
Hello there.
Really good stuff. 1.2k likes. Let's go. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys for today so far. Your energy has been incredible. Wow. And we are doing very well on the timings. So that is now installed. Now what we need to do is go ahead and set up the following. So you can use this as your base, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these two lines. This is our basic of connecting the state form to our element on the page. So first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and pull that in. Sorry. I need to go ahead and pull type submit. There we go. We're going to create some custom types. So I'll show you what we're going to use there, and we're going to import the following. Okay. So the inputs are essentially what types of fields are we going to expect. So it's not this example. We're expecting this: name string, email string, subject string, message string. Okay. So at that point, it's looking really good. Raj3 says, "Damn, Sunny, what a nice build. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate you." Right. So at this point, we have our inputs coming. So what I can now do is inputs are being popped in. Now we don't need the watch right now. We use errors. I've done that before.
Yeah.
We're not actually going to do that right now. Handle submit is what we're actually going to be using, and register. So as you can see, this is basically going to give us two handlers, which are going to help us set up. And then the on submit is essentially going to say, when we submit that form, what should we do with the form data that gets submitted? Right, so here what we can actually rename this to is form data. Okay, so that's what's actually going to happen. Now, how the hell do we actually connect this to our form? So we go down to our form, and what you want to do here is essentially just go ahead and say on submit, and we're going to say on submit handle submit, and pass in our on submit function at the top. Right, so if we go to the top, handle submit is what they gave us, and on submit is our own handle. Okay, so that's how you go ahead and do it. So that's literally done. And then what we need to do is connect each of the input fields to the following thing. So now to do that, all you got to do is put your curly braces. Dot means spread. I'm going to spread a register. We just pop in the name of the field that we want to basically call it. So I'm going to copy this now. This one's going to be name. This one's going to be email. And you can see how it's actually calling me out on it. You can see how it already knows which one's which. So if I try to do something wrong, it will call me out on it and say, no, you need to do email. That's the power of type. Okay. So let's do that. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this in. So we've got this, and I'm going to do subject. And this one's going to be message. Okay, let's save. Now you can see we get a nice little prettier working. It's magic. And then I can go ahead and test this out. So let's go back over to our app, and let's go ahead and see what's going on there. So command open inspector, and then let's clear this out, and let's just type in Sunny test at gmail.com subject. Woohoo! Okay, let's type in don't build, and say build my app. Right. And let's click enter. And as you can see, it got rid of the default behavior, which was to go ahead and refresh the page and instead it gave us this information in that form data object. So then we can go ahead and use that in whatever we needed to do, right? So what I've done here is I'm not going to go ahead and implement a backend server, send an email, that kind of stuff. Instead, it's going to go ahead and open up your mail client for whoever's sending it with pre-filled spots, basically, right?
Oh, hello there.
So that's what we're going to do in this course. But you can feel free to change it up however you want, right? It really does help.
That's amazing.
Right? So at this point, the way we do it is we go to our onSubmit function. I'm going to pop a block here around this. Form data has all of our appropriate data in. So now you can see if I do form data dot, you see I get all of this stuff filtered. So it says paragraph. And the way we basically redirect someone to send an email from their client, we say window.location.href. And then here we go ahead. Email.js is a good way to send emails, yes, you're right. When we do backticks here, I'm just going to do it very simple because this is not the focus of today's video. We're essentially going to have the email of the user, right? So the one that they put in. So this is going to be the person who's logged in. So right now I'm just going to put .team, not the person who logged in, sorry. It's going to be the person's page who it is. So it's going to be this subject. Now this is going to come from the form data. Okay. So this is going to be from the form data, and the body is going to be from the form data message. And rather than just the body being this, I'm actually going to say hi. Oops. I'm going to say hi. My name is data.name. So we can say form data. Sorry guys, 1 second. Hi, my name is form data name. And then you can even in brackets afterwards put the email address. I mean, you're going to be sending it from the email address, I guess, but still, you could just put that in there if you really want it. So you can say form data, okay? Or however you want to do it, you can basically do it. So the point is now, if I was to do this, let's go ahead and click on submit. We'll see it opens up the mail client, and let me go ahead and just move this out. Oops, I've just put something up there. Let me go ahead and show you this. Yeah, it will pop out on the screen.
Hello.
It'll say don't build,
Oh, hello there.
and so forth. Right, so it'll say an email address. This is an old one, doesn't work. I mean, Sunny build my app browser. So that's basically like from your own email address, it will do that. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that now. So that's basically a templated email structure. You can feel free to go ahead and do that in a way that you want to, right? So you can feel free to do that the way you need to, right? So, one second, guys. Yeah, so you can feel free to do that yourself, right? So if you want to go ahead and do that with a mail server, you can feel free to do that as well, okay? So at that point now, at the next point, what we're going to now do is we're going to go ahead and set up sanity, right? So first things first, actually, you know what? Okay, quick thing I'm going to do before I do that is I'm going to quickly customize the scroll bars. Right now they're ugly. So at this point, first things first, I need to go ahead and hide these scroll bars for yeah, Jay, that's awesome. Index, let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and do so here, there we go. So what we say is here is we're going to go ahead and hide our, where is it gone? Overflow Y scroll. There we go. Overflow Y scroll. Nice. Yep. And then we'll say actually here overflow X
Hello.
scroll.
Oh, hello there.
So hidden overflow X. And now we can still scroll in inner containers, but that overall one's gone. Right? Oops, there you go. Look at this. That seems to have messed up.
Help me. Help me.
Okay, so it all works, right? So next thing is we need to customize the look and feel of this. So doing amazing so far, guys. I'm actually so proud of the Papa family tuning in and literally the retention is unreal. I've never seen this. It's actually unreal. So thank you guys. All right. So at this point, what we're now going to do is I'm going to have the custom scrollers. So basically, you see how I've got custom scrollers here? I'll show you how we do it. Right, so basically, it's literally called Tailwind Scroll, I believe. I'm just going to find it again. So it's called Tailwind Scroll Bar, and I'll show you the installation So you literally tailwind scroll bar. First link on Google, tailwind scroll bar npm. You will see this, right? Yarn add -d or npm. You can feel free to do whatever you want. Command J, install it. Developer dependency, and then you go to your tailwind config and you plug it in. Right? So head over to your tailwind config, and inside of your plugins, you pop it in. Right? Now we have additional Tailwind CSS utility classes. So Command J, close that. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and start taking over all the old ones that look like crap and basically make them look fresh. So let's go ahead and do that right now. So index.tsx. So first things first is the parent one, right? So, so first thing I need to say scroll bar. That allows me to get access to all of these ones. Then what I do is I say scroll bar, and I can actually change the track color. So I'm going to change the track color to gray, 400, but at an opacity of 20%. Right? Immediately you can see that it's gone a different color. And then what I can do is I can change the thumb. Right? So if I say scroll bar thumb, and I'm going to change it to the proper thumb color but at an 80% opacity. So let's go into that. And now you can see the thumb has changed to a nice color. Look at it's nuts what it can do. Right? It can really have a nice impact on your sort of overall look and feel of your app. Right? So really, really nice subtle changes. The next step is experience. Let's do work experience. Let's go over there. Let's go ahead and so I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, but for the div with the experience cards inside it. So I literally got the same thing, scroll bar, change the track colors, change the thumb color, and as you can see now, we have a beautiful new styles, right? They're really, really nice. The final one is the project. Right? So let's go ahead and go to our projects, and let's go ahead and pop it on side. So this one, I'm just going to do a quick sanity check because we're coming up to sanity. I'm going to go here and pop it in like so, and there you go, guys. Just like that, we have it there as well. Now for this one, if you wanted to make it thin, you can go ahead and do the following. You can actually go to a scroll bar, type in scroll bar, and you can put thin as well. You can even get a thin version of it. So if you did want a thinner version, because it's in the middle of the page, you could do that as well. Right? So it's really up to you how you want to style it, but it really does look quite clean, right? So super, super clean design, UI, everything's looking awesome, and yeah, it's very impressive to a future employer. Now, the most anticipated part, the CMS, right? So now what we're actually going to do is connect Sanity's content platform, which is incredible, by the way. Right? I'm going to show you how to make sure when you set this up, use the first link in the description. What we're now going to do is set up a backend. We're going to create a API endpoint for each different call that comes in. We're going to pull the information from Sanity, protect it in a protected fashion with TypeScript to make sure we make no mistakes, and then we're going to use that information on the screen. So that way, if you're ever using if you want to update your portfolio, you don't have to go in and code everything manually. You go to Sanity, change the changes, publish the changes, and voila, it's working, and it works the way we need it. Okay. So somebody's saying, where do you get this inspiration for design? It's called Behance and Driven. Okay. With that said, we are literally about to crush 1.3k likes. Right? Absolutely amazing stuff, guys. You guys are gonna have beautiful portfolios at the end of this. I promise you. Okay. Also, if you want to do that, you get rid of that one, and then that looks clean as hell, guys. Right? I'm really happy with that. And also, for this one, yeah. So I forgot to mention, get in touch. We need to make that actually a link. So for the header, we can actually make that a link. We should have done that. Okay. So over here, what we can do is what we do is we pop in a link, a Next.js link, sorry. And then we pop that out over the other side, we pop it in, and we simply say href is going to be to the contact point in the screen. So contact, save, and then now if I go ahead and click it, it takes me to the contact. There you go. Hello. I also did have a little thumb at the bottom. I'll show you how we can do that. Very easy to do, and then you can actually have that throw you to the front.
That's amazing.
Amazing bit in a second. Right, so here we're going to have a link, Next.js link, right? And then what we've got here is we're going to have a footer. It's always going to be appended. Inside there we're going to have a div, an image. That image, in this case, I'm just going to have an imgur for a rough logo that we have. You can feel free to change this as you wish. The href here is going to take you to the top of the page. So in this case, it's going to take you to hero. Okay. And what I'm going to do here for this is it's going to be a footer, so it's going to be class sticky bottom 5 with this full cursor should be a pointer. Okay, and then we're going to say that the image should have a bunch of styling, and I want it to be grayscale. So in this case, I'm going to go here, type in class name, width and height at 10, and you see how it's a tiny little image. And when I hover over it, it gets rid of the grayscale. Okay? And then for the div here, very simply, we say flex item center, so you can basically use this trick to center it and justify in the center, and bam, just like that. As we scroll down now, we have a little logo stuck on the page looking fresh. Right? There we go. Everything's looking clean. If you click it now, I go back to the page. So you can feel free to do that. Actually, I'm going to do sanity. Okay, so Benkar says, this is sick, Sunny. Keep up the good work. Thank you, dude, for being amazing as always. Let's jump onto the Sanity CMS part, right? So heading over to sanity.io/Sunny. This is where everyone needs to be right now, right? Now, I want you to go ahead and pay attention to this second line. So firstly, you need to run this and install the Sanity CLI. Now, before we go ahead and jump into things a little bit more, I want to mention why Sanity is an incredible sponsor of this channel, and why I'm using it, because I don't really just aim to take them my way, but I want to mention why we're going to use them in the first place. And honestly, just quite frankly, they're amazing at what they do. They support massive amount of big businesses. You can use it wherever you need content, or wherever you need to basically be able to update it in non-developer fashion. So imagine you've got a team, you don't need to basically have to tell them to change all the hard-coded values and then redeploy the app, right? You don't want to do that. In a production environment, you want to have it so that anyone who's a non-developer can come in, change, collab, add the stuff, right? So you have this awesome way that you can go ahead and add the product, add whatever you decided in your schema, and go ahead and do that. There's tons of APIs to go ahead and build on. You can feel free to have a look for yourself, right? And they've got real-time collaboration, which is actually really cool. And if you get stuck, there's a great Slack environment, Discord environment, and they've also been incredible at helping us in our own Slack community. Okay, so they've been actually really awesome. So make sure you go ahead, check them out. First in the description to get that double quota plan. Okay, so this is the one you need to do. So I've already ran this command. You can do it. If it doesn't work, run sudo in front of it to install it as an admin. But then we're going to go ahead and do sanity init coupon. So this is where the magic happens. So I want you to go ahead, open up your terminal and type in the following. Okay, so check this out right now. Give me 2 seconds. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and say sanity init coupon sunny 2022. Hit enter. And now what you will see is coupon Sunny 2022 validated. Also, guys, it supports the company, so thank you for that. I appreciate you all, and you get that with the quota. Okay. So at this point, it says you're setting up a project. Looks like you already have a signing account. Sweet. If you didn't, it would make you log in, right? So here I'm going to give it a project name. I'm going to say portfolio YouTube 2.0 2 basically build. I'm giving it a long name, alright? I'm going to go ahead and hit enter right now. And let's see how many people we can get signed up to Sunny, right? It helps us out, and it's just an awesome platform. I really like pushing people to good tech. It's actually good tech. So default database configuration, yes, just hit enter, that's fine. And then you want to leave it like this for now. Create output part. So I like to call this one sanity. Right, so I literally like to create another folder called sanity. So I'm going to do that, hit enter. Now, here you have a set of templates. Now, you can start from blank. However, I would recommend just start from blog, and I'll show you how you can redefine, rebuild things out as you need, right? So go ahead and hit blog, and then we can go ahead and do it like so. This will set up a sort of template for you with a blog schema. So once that's done, it will install dependencies. Now, remember, there is a separate folder now called sanity inside of your domain, or inside of your like where you're working. So make sure that to remember to exclude the node modules, because that's got its own set of node modules. So you also need to be careful now where you install your dependencies. Right? Einstein says, I hope you do a tutorial in comment how to post on Sanity either on YouTube or on Twitter. Yes, dude, I definitely will. I think I did it in the Twitter build, or one of the Twitter. I definitely did a post on too. So definitely check it. It's in 0 to 3 seconds. Alright, so this is going to install, and it's going to be done in just a second. Okay. So overall, incredible stuff right now, guys. We're actually going to be moving over to Sanity in just a sec. So you can see now that it's already started to create the folder structure for us. In place as we need an example. So looking at the schemas that it's created, you can see while it's installing, we can see if we can jump into it. You can see right now we've got post, author, category, block content. So this is basically saying what should the shape of my database be, right? So I'm going to save you a bunch of time. I've actually pre-built all this for us. We can actually go ahead and save a bit of time now and do it. So I've split things up into page info. Page info is essentially going to represent the entire page information. So heading over to post, what I want you to do is basically go ahead and I'm going to show you how we can basically change one of the ones that are currently there existing, and then I'm going to just do it fashion for the rest of them, so that way you can see what I'm doing. So here we've got post. I'm going to change this to page info, and then we can click OK. I'm going to change this to page info with a capital P, right, because it's the title. And then we've got all the fields, and this is Sanity's documentation of what we essentially need to do. So what I want you to do here, firstly, we're not going to be using previews, so scroll down to preview, get rid of the preview for now. Alright, we'll cover that in a separate video. We're going to grab everything from the start of the end of the array to the beginning, so that way we've got empty fields. Right? And I'm going to go ahead and pop in each of the individual ones that I'm going to show you. So inside of our page info, we've got the name, and these are going to represent each of the individual things on our page. So eventually, the name will represent, hi, my name's Sunny Sanga. So it'll be here, it'll be set inside of our Sanity CMS. Right? We're going to have an image, and we're going to have a row. The row is going to say software engineer, the hero image is going to be. Then we're going to have things like background information.